We'll start off by what an atmosphere over here. Very appreciative of our fans. It felt like a home game, and that started with the hog walk, and we knew the significance of this game to the state of our great state, Arkansas. We knew the significance, and 130 years of playing, and we decided, now that we're going to play the game, and so we certainly had to be ready for the game, and I felt like we were. We got some things we've got to fix, but we got a lot of things that we're doing really good, and you guys will ask me questions, but I do. There's a couple things that I was really pleased with, and I know you're going to ask me about Talon. You're going to ask me about the offense. You're going to ask me about a lot of different things. But our second offense came in there on the 1 yard line and went 99 yards, and I was so pleased with that effort. I thought it was great. And then our second defense at the end, we had a fourth down stop, and then they didn't score at the end. Now they were trying to run the ball out and trying to run the clock. Have a lot of respect for Coach Jones and their program. But those were two things I was really, really proud of when our seconds got in there and they played ball. And they took advantage of their situation and their opportunity. And I'm really happy that we won and looking forward to the bus ride home. But y'all got something to ask me, go ahead.
Talon question. What do you think about his performance? Strong start, a little bit of a low, great legs the whole time, and finished really strong.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not perfect, a lot of times we'll think about, the two picks, obviously, but it wasn't like it was a tip ball, you know what I mean? And ball went up in the air or anything. So obviously we got that, corrected with his eyes and where to go with the ball after that, after the second quarter, I guess is when it was. But he was outstanding with his legs. When he takes off, you just know you're going to get a first down, and then what happens after that is gravy. He got passes tonight again, or I don't know how many, but Kyle told me it was 8, and protection was great. We didn't have, I don't know that he got hit, and I don't know that he had to scramble much. So the protection was good. I bet you our average per carry was high. I think Mike had about 13 and Talon had 16 on average. So Rodney averaged 6, and yeah, it was high. And so I'm proud of the way our guys are catching the ball for Talon too. Right before we scored, CJ caught a contested, got rocked on third down and caught a contested pass. And I think maybe the next play, Raylan was wide open down the middle. But the receivers are really catching the ball for him. But I thought he played outstanding, and we'll see what happens. But the guys around him are playing really well too. It's good to see Mike break one and get a long run as well.
Defense, some things that you didn't see last game. Sacks, Quincy had a couple, and Xavier 14 tackles and a pick. A lot better game for him.
Wasn't that something? So last week, I think we had 5 tackles out of those 2 guys. Today we had 24 or 25. We had 4 sacks. We had 10 negative yardage plays. We challenged this week, and I think you all know that I said we need more production out of the front 7. And we got it against no disrespect to A&M, but a better team this week than what we played last week. So obviously we're starting SEC play, and we needed that going into SEC play. But I knew Sorey was going to have a good game just because he was so low and down about the game that he played last week. So, but we got production out of the front seven, and that was good to see.
Touchdown in the first 10 minutes. What do you think fed into that hot start, and how important was it that they didn't have a lot of oxygen early in the game?
I just think it was damn good coaching, Yeah, we take it for everything that ain't. Our coaches had those kids ready and they were ready to play. They knew the significance of this game to the great state of Arkansas. They knew it, and we had pounded it into them, and they knew it. And like I said, it felt like we was at home out here. And I know A-State had some good loyal fans come too, but I just think that, offensively, I wouldn't trade Bobby Petrino for nobody, and I wouldn't trade Taylor Green either. And so those guys know how to get guys ready to score. And defensively, they wouldn't have scored if we don't. And you can't say that. So I'm gonna we had too many damn penalties on the drive that they scored, and they earned it. I'm not saying that, but other than that, they ran a damn kickoff back on us, and we got to get that fixed. Which I don't know if they even returned another one after that. I don't think they did. So we've got to get that fixed. But I think our kids were ready to play, and it showed. And a lot of times you're ready to play and it doesn't work out so that fast. I mean, that was fast. But it was just, we keep telling we've got explosive players, and we just got to get the ball to them.
Your cornerbacks, it looked to me like Kanai Walker is showing up, and Julian Neal on the other side. Can you talk about them and maybe your pass defense and how you limited Rayner?
Well, first of all, I thought we pushed the pocket pretty good, and the ball had to come out. We lost Katank. Well, we lost down the middle. He ran a few times. But Kanai has shown that now for a while. The Julians continue to get better. And our secondary will hit you, and so I think we're getting better back there, but I also think the faster we can make a guy throw the football, the better we become. But they caught a few slant routes for 7 and 8 yards, which is going to happen to you. But other than that, I thought they had 250 yards or whatever. And I think they're a good offensive football team. I do. I think they're going to win a lot of games, and I think they've got skill. And so we played pretty good, kept the quarterback didn't become a big problem like what I thought he might. He had the opportunity to.
Sam, I know that obviously assess your team. You haven't seen the film from this one yet. After 2 games, how do you feel about where your team is right now?
Well, I like the guys on the team. I mean, they're very coachable. They're tough. I like the guys on the team, not just because we won. I mean, we're supposed to. But you don't always win the ones you're supposed to, but we have. I think we're pretty explosive on offense. I think our run defense has been pretty good the first 2 weeks, but it depends on who you're playing. So I like our team. I like how we play, how hard we play. We're a pretty good tackling team. And we're able to play a little bit more man coverage than we have in the past. And I think that'll help us, and that'll help us go after the quarterback. But I really like this team. I like my coaches. Been a lot of fun, but you like a lot of things when you're 2-0, and if he's 0-2, you'd hate everything,